So many people rave about him being the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I know you've got all the confidence in the world because you could put somebody to sleep with one blow. But what do you think about this guy's boxing skills? How do you feel about going against him purely from a boxing standpoint?
Like I said, he's a great fighter. He has all the accolades and everything, all the achievements that he's done. You know what I mean? I think that, with this type of fight and this type of magnitude of a fight, I have everything and all the attributes to beat this guy.
Now, I really don't care for him. I feel like he just got something that I want. And I feel like he's a champion and got to respect him. But at the end of the day, I don't respect him in the ring. And every time I see him, I got to let him know that I don't respect him. So fight week coming up, and now it's time to let our fists do the talking. I don't respect anybody I got to fight. At the end of the day, it's a lonely sport. We boxers, we fighters, and I can't go in the ring respecting another fighter because at the end of the day, once you show respect.
What does he do that you have to respect, and how are you going to beat him?
I know he's bringing that. I know he's taller. He got longer arms. He's a southpaw just like me. At the end of the day, I know it's a tough task in front of me, but at the end of the day, I got to get the job done. So I'm fully prepared, and I'm going to be a lot sharper this fight than I was my last fight, and I can't wait.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez sparked a heated confrontation live on the Stephen A. Smith Show, grabbing fans' attention instantly. Both fighters defended their pride and skills, fueling excitement about their fight.
Style-wise and everything, I know, they call them high-tech. They do all those things like that, but I'm the type of fighter that I bring it to you. I bring the fight to you, and, I look for the fight, and I feel like, not only that, but I'm a big lightweight, like you said, Max, and this guy, man, he's better off at 130, 126, and I'm going to make sure that come October 17, we're going to bring him back down to 130. This is great, man. This is great for the sport. We're both going to come into a 16 fight, and this right now is huge. I'm about to make history.
Shakur Stevenson stated that while he recognizes Teofimo Lopez's skills, he has no respect for him inside the ring. Stevenson made it clear he isn't in boxing to make friends, but to fight and win.
I don't respect anybody I got to fight. At the end of the day, it's a lonely sport. We boxers, we fighters, and I can't go in the ring respecting another fighter because at the end of the day, once you show respect, they feel like they got an advantage over you. He go in the ring, he want to touch gloves and be friendly and be nice and get these guys that he be fighting to get them to respect him, and then he start to take over fights and beat them up. And I won't be one of them fighters.
I see. You're not saying you don't respect your opponent's fight game. You're saying you're not there to make friends. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not here to make friends. At the end of the day, my life on the line, his life on the line. We got families to feed, and I take this very serious. So at the end of the day, I can't go in there, touch gloves, and be happy and be friendly with somebody that I got to beat up.
I got to say, Shakur, your life doesn't look like it's on the line when you box. Your opponent really does not hit you very much. Maybe it's because you have that mentality.
Lopez echoed a similar stance toward Shakur Stevenson, emphasizing that as their fight approaches, friendship is not on the agenda. Lopez made it clear he is focused solely on competition and victory, reinforcing that in the ring, respect must be earned.
Stop trying to be nice on fight week. Like, this is the fight week. Like, I ain't your buddy, dude. Like, don't give me that. Don't try to soften me up to not give you this whooping I'm about to give you. So nah, I ain't trying to hear all that. We men. I got a family to feed. I don't care about all that.
Understood. But in fairness, we asked him about the fight. So that's
for sure. But if that's his response, then nah, man. We here now.
Lopez also claimed that Vasily Lomachenko is a way better fighter than Shakur Stevenson, highlighting Lomachenko's skills and accomplishments. He suggested that while Stevenson is talented, he hasn't reached the same elite level yet.
Do you think that he's where he is now in his career, in the physical prime of his career, do you feel that he's better now than Loma was when you fought Loma?
Shakur?
Yeah.
And Loma? Loma and Shakur?
Yes.
No comparison there. No. But I believe me, stylistically, and the knowledge and everything I've learned from that is, I think there's a better version that we're going to see right now when I go against Shakur Stevenson Saturday night.
By what you said earlier, you said there's no comparison between him and Loma. Can you just clarify what you meant by that?
Loma was the number 1 pound-for-pound rated guy overall, the best that they ever seen. Fastest 3-weight division world champion in such a short period of time. Literally was collecting every belt. In the lightweight. Was literally collecting every belt in the lightweight division. And stylistically, I think that Lomachenko could fight off his back and his front. And I don't see that so much to say to Shakur.
Meanwhile, Stevenson stated that a victory over Teofimo Lopez would catapult him into the top 5 of the pound-for-pound rankings. He emphasized that defeating a fighter of Lopez's caliber would not only cement his status as an elite boxer, but also prove his dominance across weight classes.
What does that do to those rankings? Do you officially become the face of boxing then?
Yeah, you got to put me in that top 5. There's some tremendous fighters there. Since Bud retired, might even put me top 4. So, yeah, I deserve it. But the job is not done yet, and I'm fully focused on the task, and I can't wait.
Talking about acknowledgement from people, some people love to hate you, some people just love to love you, but do you think that they're wrong for the way that they perceive you and the way that they view you, those people that do speak out and potentially don't like you or don't like your style?
Nah, they good with what they doing. I don't really have no problem with it because every great fighter is gonna be hated. If you watch Floyd Mayweather, during his entire career, he was hated, and now that it's over, they still hate on him to this day. So I know this comes with just being great. I watched it with Terrence Crawford. I seen it with a lot of fighters. So I'm not new to this game. I appreciate the hate. The hate keep me going and keeps me motivated.
In a recent interview, Teofimo talks about sparring with Shakur and says he realized Shakur had been watching him closely for a long time. Teo believes Shakur always knew how good he was, but never said it.
I want you to talk about the sparring a little bit with you and Shakur. I don't think it was a whole lot of sparring, but just what do you remember about that? What was kind of difficult for him to get used to about you? What was maybe something about him that took a little bit to kind of figure out about him?
You know what I realized? Shakur was watching me this whole time, and I didn't even notice. Like that.
What do you mean?
I think Shakur knew I was really good. But he didn't say it. But now the time is here where he got no point but to, now do it. And you know, when I beat Barboza, I ain't say nothing. You know what I mean? A wise man once said nothing, right? At all.
Teofimo brings up a moment after the Barboza fight where he claims Shakur was in the hotel lobby just standing there watching him celebrate, pointing out that Shakur has had his eyes on him for years, even before this fight became official.
And I got there and I went back to the hotel where we were at after the Barboza fight. I won. My whole fam, cousins, everybody was there waiting for me at the hotel lobby. Had my belts. And you know what was there? Mind you, we left while the fights were still going on. So, mind you know who was it? Shakur and I think that kid Moses or something like that. Some other people. I saw him in the corner just watching. Just stalking, praying. While everybody else was cheering me on and everything, and I had the belts and all that. And he's just standing there, just watching that. It's insane.
Do you think you've kind of been on this collision course for a while now? He's kind of seen it coming for a little while. Have you not kind of seen it coming the same way he has?
Yeah, I haven't seen it the way he has. I think he wants this.
Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez have publicly graded each other's abilities and skills ahead of their big fight.
Defense?
A 7.
6.
Ring IQ?
An 8.
7.
Footwork?
4.
4.
Power?
2.
I can't tell you. I ain't been in there with him yet.
Jab?
6.
He got a solid jab, so I give him like a 6.
Chin.
3.
He look like he got a solid chin on him, so I give him a 7.
His style.
5.
Style awkward, give him a 5.
His resume.
1.
Resumes are kind of overrated in the sport of boxing. I can't even tell you. His resume is good, I guess.
His heart.
0.
I give him a 9.
Veteran boxers like Teddy Atlas claim that it's going to be a very interesting fight. Several key X factors could determine the outcome, including Lopez's mental state and Stevenson's adaptation to the 140-pound weight class. Lopez has the speed, athleticism, and power to potentially match Stevenson's technical boxing skills, but to win, he would need to outperform Stevenson in both strategy and execution. Atlas emphasizes that the fight may hinge less on pure talent and more on intangibles such as focus, composure, and the ability to adapt under pressure. While Stevenson is the favorite, Lopez's ability to push him out of his comfort zone could create an upset scenario. Overall, Atlas cautions that the fight may not be a visually explosive or scintillating contest, but it promises to be strategically intriguing and mentally complex, with both fighters' preparation and mindset playing a pivotal role.
That Shakur Stevenson has somebody who can match him with athletic ability. Pure ability, pure speed, quickness, quick twitch, athletic ability that can match him and could actually turn the tables in a way where he could force Shakur out of his comfort zone to maybe do some things, say, he doesn't want to do, that he's not as comfortable doing, initiating in certain spots, that I think Teofimo has the speed, the legs, the quickness, and he's got pop too with it, where he could possibly, I know this sounds ridiculous, but he could possibly match, and maybe even he would have to outmatch him to win. He'd have to be that good, but maybe match Shakur boxing and pull off what would be an upset. I think it's going to be a very, very, very interesting fight with a lot of X factors, a lot of intangibles, a lot of stuff floating around mentally, everything. I think it could be an intriguing fight. I don't know if it'll be a good fight. I don't know if it'll be a scintillating fight. I don't know about that. But I do think it could be interesting.
Former world champion Josh Taylor believes Teofimo Lopez's strength lies more in raw athleticism than superior boxing intellect. Taylor argues that while Lopez is athletic and explosive, his punch power isn't overwhelming, and his offensive moves can be predictable, often involving big leaping shots rather than crafty setups. That, he says, could allow Stevenson to anticipate and neutralize Lopez's offense rather than be outthought by it. Taylor's assessment suggests Lopez isn't a mastermind with deep tactical nuance. Instead, his style is emotional and forceful, more about aggression than psychological chess. In contrast, Taylor sees Stevenson's technical discipline and patience as key advantages, capable of frustrating Lopez and making him fight Stevenson's fight.
Things have started to spice up a little bit in the build-up to this fight now. Teofimo is saying that he's going to mentally break Shakur Stevenson on the weekend. Do you think there's a world in which Teo can mentally break Shakur?
No, I don't think so. I think Teo thinks he's some kind of mastermind with the mind games and all that, but I think he's mad as a box of frogs. But no, I don't think he's going to be able to break him, no.
The build-up to this fight has been fiery, not just between the fighters, but also among their camps. During a recent media day, an intense moment unfolded when Teofimo Lopez Sr. crossed paths with Stevenson's trainer, Wally Moses, sparking a heated confrontation that reflected the broader rivalry. The exchange between the two veteran coaches underscored the combustible atmosphere surrounding the fight, with both camps visibly passionate and aggressive in defending their fighter's position. This incident wasn't just a sideshow, it highlighted how deeply invested each side is in winning, mentally and emotionally, before the first bell even rings.
It's where he always been.
You to my house. I can't believe you. I gave you barbecue. It's supposed to be only you. What's going on?
For grab
I heard, no, wait a minute. I heard they got you on the side.
Hey, the problem with your son is you still there. That's the problem.
As Teofimo responded to a question about his father arguing with Shakur's coach, he explained his father is very strict and expects people to act a certain way, but he admits not everyone has the same mindset or style as their team. When asked if something deeper is going on, Teo says he can't really explain because his father is unpredictable and up in the air. Teo claims it feels different this time because Shakur is a black fighter, making an awkward comment about him being adopted by Puerto Rican culture. The interviewer seems confused, and Teo tries to joke with sayings about roots and identity. Overall, Teo is suggesting that outside perception and background are adding extra layers to this matchup.
Why didn't you do it by yourself? Like something about bringing in Floyd, bringing in Andre Ward. What is he just talking about those guys coming in through camp? Obviously, Terrence Crawford's been in through camp. Is that kind of what your dad's talking about? Or is there, I don't know, another level to it or something?
Could be another level to it or something. That's how my father is like that. You know what I mean? He's my trainer. And I think that, you know, maybe he does in some way want people to act accordingly in the way they do things and like how we are, but not everybody's like us.
What do you mean act accordingly? What do you think something's like afoot or something? Like something's going on or?
No, I can't say. It's up in the air.
You know, you've heard the chatter, right? Like a lot of people are picking Shakur. I believe he's a betting favorite. But you've been here before, right? With Loma, with Taylor. What's different about that this time around? Or is there anything different about it? Is there any different feeling of it coming into this one compared to maybe those other ones?
Yeah.
What's that?
He's a black fighter. Yeah. Which got adopted by being Puerto Rican a few years ago. I don't freaking know that part, but yeah.
That's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
So does that create a difference? Like, I don't know, like how does that make a difference?
The deeper, it's like the deeper the roots, the sweeter the juice.
The blacker the berries.
There you go. So that way, what's the deeper the darker the skin, the deeper the roots. My bad. I ain't too sure. I ain't too.
Yeah, you're young. It's cool.
Lopez has openly acknowledged that facing Shakur Stevenson is the biggest challenge of his professional career. Lopez recognizes Stevenson's undefeated record, technical prowess, and elite defensive skills as formidable hurdles, different from any opponent he's faced before. Analysts agree this bout represents Lopez's toughest test to date, pitting his power and athleticism against Stevenson's precision and ring IQ in a highly competitive clash at super lightweight.
This being the toughest test is because of all the things that Shakur has displayed amongst his other competitors that he's faced in the ring. So, you know, I think that everyone kind of speculates that since he has a perfect record and he's barely lost any rounds, that's going to be the same outcome when he faces myself. I think that's the beauty about this fight and this sport overall. We don't know. We got to prepare for everything and anything. So just everyone tune in live on DAZN. And if you want, you don't have to pay no more pay-per-views if you get the DAZN Ultimate.
A win over Teofimo Lopez would do more than just add a belt to Shakur Stevenson's resume. It would prove his elite ability and dominance at the highest level of the sport. Experts see this matchup as a career-defining test, since Lopez's combination of power, experience, and athleticism represents one of Stevenson's toughest challenges yet. Beating Lopez would show Stevenson can defeat a power puncher with a real finishing threat, not just technical boxers, boosting his reputation among fans and analysts alike. It would cement his status as a true elite across divisions, elevate him in pound-for-pound conversation, and likely make him a leading face of the super lightweight division.
And rightly so. Shakur Stevenson might start this fight an odds-on favourite because he's Shakur Stevenson, you know, the next Pernell Whitaker, the southpaw, the slick southpaw. But I've studied him, and you know what he does? Really badly, just in my opinion.
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson, he likes to sit in the pocket, right? And he goes back to the rope, sticks his hands up, and he tries to pot shot and do the shoulder roll and waits for you and throws an uppercut or a straight left. You can't do that with Lopez. You can't back off on him. That's my point I'm trying to say.
Lopez is trying to talk him into a tear-up. I think he's saying how he's acting before he needs a tear-up.
Yeah, and Lopez has already laid, the blueprint's been laid because he beat the great Lomachenko Another great southpaw. He's beating him. So he goes into this fight absolutely fearless.
Stevenson explains that when he was growing up, he didn't initially imagine himself becoming a major professional boxing star. His biggest dream as a young fighter was focused on the amateur level, especially competing in the Olympics. At that stage of his life, his vision was more about representing his country and achieving success in amateur boxing, rather than thinking about world titles, huge arenas, or being the face of the sport. As his career developed,